Okay, my name is Jim Turner, and today I'm going to do a sugar shake on this swarm that I caught. These peach trees, they're everywhere. So today I noticed varroa mites on my observational panel, and so I am going to, these girls are going to experience sugar shaking for the first time. So here we go. I think today's the 20. Oh yeah, today's the 27th. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. Appreciate that. And because I don't want to get stung again, especially on my face. That's a bad experience. Oh. Okay, now I'm just going to put this over here. Get my little pry tool. And my sugar. And shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout. And now I'm ready to shake. Now this particular powder sugar I have here, I just made this. It's 100% sugar. There's no starch. Buy it from the store. This is pure 100% unadulterated sugar. Now you just put this sugar in a coffee grinder and shake it for about, I don't know, 45 seconds or so, so it's all powdery, and that's all you do. I thought I was going to have to use a smoker, but geez, my smoker's over there running. Like, hey, you going to use me? So now what I'm going to do is I am going to smoke that on in. Oh, they sound angry in there. It's like, the buzzing's really loud. They are a-buzzing with anger. I feel anger. As long as they don't turn into the Hulk, I'm good. Equivalency of them turning into a Hulk is to come out and swarm me. Try to sting me. So far, I've seen none of that. Not to say I won't, but so far none. None of these girls have tried to sting me. Now I'm doing this around 6:30 because I want to get this. I want to get these girls when most of them are in from foraging. That way I kind of have a better shot at kind of getting all of them. Well, I'll be doggone, I didn't have to there's a lot of you girls on that thing. Watch out now. Yeah, there. All right. Top it off. So this whole setup I built from scrap. Everything in here, including the frames and the top and this little slider thing here. So I just waxed this because now that I've seen this is vegetable oil on here. Now that I've seen varroa mites in here, these girls are now going to start getting a weekly sugar shake. And that'll take care of that. There we go. And that is my sugar shake for today. I did the other one over here yesterday. I didn't make a recording of it. I have a herniated disc. So taking out time to set up the camera and all that stuff. Yeah, kind of painful. I guess I can put that. I never needed the smoker, but I had it ready. I was gonna go smoke. Good smoke, right? That thick. I didn't need it. I choose not to smoke my bees unless they're behaving aggressively. Like this one yesterday. Actually, I should have smoked my original hive yesterday. They were really angry. They were all over my face and trying to get me. This one here, you can see, this is my swarm that I caught. I think they're more docile than my original hive. So, there we go. All done. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. I appreciate that. Now I'm just gonna go sit down and watch the white girls come out. And that's what I'm gonna do. My name is Michael, I got a nickel all shiny in me. 'Cause won't you buy me a sell of candy? That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna go with this tripod and sit here and chat, just like that. Oh, I think I'm gonna go get that smoker. Yeah, it's disturbing these girls. I'm gonna get that out of there. I'll be right back. Don't go away now, you hear? Yeah, usually I don't use a smoker because I don't know. Because how do I take this thing off? Okay, so both hives have been sugar shaked in the last 24 hours or so. Because this time of year is really critical. Because what happens is those varroa mites are so prevalent in the hives this time of year, and this is when. So this is typically called a girth when you start to go into August. There's usually not enough food for them to eat, and got to pay attention to that and make sure that we get a little bit closer now, baby. So I'm gonna kind of monitor. I think they've got quite a bit of honey in their super up there on my original hive, and when I looked in there, the swarm that I caught, I see 2 solid frames of honey. So I'll still do some mountain feeding during the winter, and yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. And so both hives are looking good. I don't see any real serious problem, but both of them have varroa mites. So with the observation panel I pulled out yesterday, there was quite a few live ones. Because when those mites are crawling around up in there, say they come out of the cell, right? The bees are crawling around, the mites are crawling around, they bump into each other, and those ones that get knocked off fall onto my, it's really sticky vegetable oil. Because what happens when you put that, smear that vegetable oil over the whole panel, they keep their hive around 93-ish, and so that heat's going to soften that vegetable oil even more, and it's going to make it even more sticky, right? So yeah, it looks really good, other than I have varroa mites. I don't see any bees out in front. Now when the varroa mite infection is really high, typically what you're going to see is a lot of dead bees coming out, a lot of dead bees in the front. You're going to see a lot of bees with deformed wings. You're just going to see hundreds of bees. I used to sweep them up and then see what's happening the next day. Same thing, man. Hundreds of bees just dead and dying and crawling around with no wings. And my hive overall, when they just looked sick when they were out and about. They just didn't look well. And so all those varroa mites, when they would typically fall off, they're on the bottom board in there for the solid. Because typically a beehive has a solid wood board, and so when the mites would fall down on those boards, they crawl around until the bee comes by, because they can jump this far up in the air. Those little critters, crazy, huh? And so they would just jump on the next bee that comes by and just keep that cycle going higher and higher and higher. But with this observational board and keeping it sticky, they fall up, inadvertently fall off. Sometimes the bees will groom each other. They groom each other. Yeah, I've seen them out here grooming each other out in front. One will be right on top, the other getting underneath. The other one will lift up its wing and the groomer would go underneath the wing and just grooming the heck out of her sister. So they have a grooming tendency. What we need to do as beekeepers, if we don't want to use chemicals in our hive, is we need to constantly keep that prevalent, the cleaning, right? So the grooming, and so I quit for 3 months. I never I think I might have sugar shaked once just to see, but there was no mites then either. So I stopped sugar shaking and I stopped all that, and I didn't see any mites for 3 months. But when they start producing those drones, the mites can get in those drone cells and they thrive and they reproduce fairly quickly when the drone season is up. Now, I haven't seen any drones lately, so what I'm trying to do now is, what I'm going to be doing now is just cleaning up the mess of what the drones caused in the hive, which is spiking of the varroa mites. You can get like this green panel that the queen will typically lay eggs in there because it's they're the right size, right? So she'll lay all the males, most of them, in that green frame. But I don't do that. So sugar shaking is simple. Pop the top. Well, you just seen, right? Pop the top, shake it, shake it, shake, and walk away. Oh, they brought all. Yeah, so got a bunch of white girls coming out. So it's going to happen because they have moisture that evaporates off their own body, and inside the hive, the humidity is also high. When that powdered sugar, that smoky part of it, gets on their hairs and their wings and all that, it becomes kind of tacky, right? And then it starts giving off a sweet odor. And then their girlfriends come by and say, "Hey, what you got on your back there, girl? Oh, let me groom that off of you." And they get food at the same time. That's what the bees are after when they go into a flower, is the nectar, which is sucrose and fructose, and that's what sugar is, table sugar. That's their favorite food. Gives them energy, just like us. Well, not a bag of candy, it doesn't. But that's kind of it. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, leave a comment. I return all my comments. I've been laid up for a couple weeks. I had a blown disc. Lifted too much heavy weight. It's like, you lift that heavy weight before and you're fine. Everything's fine, and just one day you lift that heavy weight again, and it was a squat where you sit down and you raise your feet up. So I was doing the max on the machine, like I've done multiple times, and I felt pain in my glutes for about a week and a half, and then I was doing more exercise too, just thinking I had to pull the muscle in my glute, and that was it. The disc was already swollen, so when I put more pressure by working out, it squirted it out. Yep, had to go in the emergency room because I didn't know what was going on. I just didn't know. It didn't feel like a disc problem, but the pain was severe, and so for the beekeepers, you're going to keep bees. I recommend you have some EpiPens. So during this process with my spine and everything, I had to go in the emergency room, and when I got an appointment with the doctor, I asked for the EpiPen. She goes, I says, because she asked me, well, how come you were in the hospital 2 weeks ago? I says, because I got stung by a bee and I had a anaphylactic shock symptoms. She stung me right in the eye, and so the history was there. That's what I told people at the hospital. While I'm here because, so they noted that, and so my VA doctor saw that, and so it was very easy for me to get a box of EpiPens. The last bee sting I got was yesterday. She stung me on my leg, and so I finished powder sugar and that, and I went in the house and I iced it. The ice even hurt when I put it on there. But I iced it for about 5 minutes till the pain went away, and no swelling, no nothing. It's as if I never got stung. No irritation. I think it itched, like just briefly, just a little bit. Like, oh, what's that? And that was it. Went from anaphylactic shock symptoms from the last bee sting to nothing. Not even any irritation. Yeah. It's that because you never know, right? So the immune system can have a day off, I guess. I don't know. And one day it's fantastic, and next day it's kind of overreactive. So you never know. Underreactive. So you can see my girls here, they're spooning. See that? They are spooning big time. So they do that every single day. That hive does that every day, without fail. And every day they also do navigation because there's new girls being born. They like to come out in groups. They're acting weird with that. They're engaged in that powdered sugar over there that they've brought out on their bodies that came off. Yeah, so there you go, a little bit of words of wisdom. And that's kind of my day. I've been sitting here and I've had peaches just drop, funk. They're just all over the ground. The tree is trying to shed a certain amount because it can only absorb so much resources through its roots. And so it's like it's selectively letting go of peaches, and there's just peaches not even ripe yet all over the place. And so, yeah, I'm in a peach tree. Got blackberry bushes right there. They're ripe. Oh, they're so sweet. What's that? And I got grapevine behind me here. I use that for sweetener. I don't use sugar for anything, ever. Not brown sugar, not any sugar, artificial or otherwise. And got blueberries over there that are coming on. Been picking those. Strawberries, raspberries. This is my bee cave. It's like a cove, you know, it's like a pocket, you know. And I only got one little opening right here to walk through. Kind of neat. Okay, well, that's it. Subscribe, please. Thumbs up, ring the bell. And I'll be bringing some more of these because I've made a lot of these. And what I've been trying to do is show what the results are of almost a year now of powder shaking without using any chemicals. And so if I see that I can't get my varroa mites under control with using the powdered sugar, I'm going to put in some Apiguard. And Apiguard is best to use around August, so next month. If I can't, because yesterday when I pulled the panel, there was a lot of varroa mites on my big hive here. And so if I can't get that under control using powder shaking, I'll give them some Apiguard, which will take them into winter. And same thing with that, with the swarm that I caught that's in that hive over there. All right, that's my day. Bye now. Have a good life. Appreciate the thumbs up and the, subscription. Bye.